hallucinogenic rounds. It was a weapon actually created by the CIA in the 1950s. And what they would do is it was a cluster bomb filled with LSD. It would be thrown at the targets or victims. They'd be getting headaches. They'd start tripping out, freaking out. And they eventually realized that ultimately this might not be the best weapon to use. As you can figure, dude, imagine a bunch of people going crazy off LSD while they're on war grounds.
What if it actually made the enemy smarter and then he's like, James Bond?
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, can you imagine they're over here thinking they're fighting a dragon, so they're over here like killing all the enemies because they think it's a dragon.
Dude, that sounds ridiculous. In what world does it sound good using LSD in war?
Have y'all noticed something? Especially with Avatar 2, these upcoming movies are talking a lot about water. Specifically the ocean and what's going on down there. Them having to fight wars on the water. Even with the new Black Panther movie. Wars with an underwater tribe. I feel like there's more going on in the ocean than they're talking about. Now, as y'all know, y'all saw when the ocean was literally on fire. What are they hiding from us? And then 11 years before that, it was another ocean fire that they purposely did.
Flames were intentionally set. Far offshore, crews lit some of the thickest parts of the oil slick ablaze, parts surrounded by fire-resistant boom.
I guess I'm tripping though, right? Even though last year they let off a 40,000-pound bomb in the ocean. Now tell me y'all don't believe that underwater civilizations are down there. Now in the new Black Panther movie, it seems like it's beings coming from the water to fight. Also, the new Avatar movie, coming from the water to fight. Y'all seeing all over the world that these floodings and hurricanes is happening everywhere all around the world. In Florida, Pakistan, all of that. Even in the desert. Something is going on and they're not playing about it. If we throw in the existence of mermaids and the amphibious beings who taught the Dogon tribe information about the sky, all of that, where do y'all think these beings are living? Why do you think they keep trying to bomb these oceans? Trying to figure out ways to set it on fire? They're sending us a message, y'all. So stay dangerous and tell me what you think.
Microchip implants are here and have been here, and I don't know why other people aren't like talking about this. This 37-year-old doesn't need to use a bank card or his mobile phone to pay. Instead, he simply places his left hand near the contactless card reader and the payment goes through. The reactions I get from cashiers are priceless. And if you still don't believe it, I have a video to prove it. Watch this. This was about convenience. They would have left it at phones, just using their phone to tap it. I don't think this is about convenience.
Did you know that Steve Jobs, who passed on October 5th of 2011, was recently interviewed by Joe Rogan on October 5th of this year? A zombie, a ghost, a hologram? A website/podcast show called podcast.ai used artificial intelligence to simulate a fairly convincing conversation between the former Apple CEO and the biggest podcaster on the planet. And here's how they accomplished this. They gathered all of the available audio recordings of both Jobs and Rogan that are scattered throughout the internet, and then generated transcripts that were then fed to an artificial intelligence software. So my question to you is, do you think that this is the beginning of the end for real life human to human interactions? And do you think that your favorite influencer and idol will eventually be replaced by AI robots in the future? This is hands down one of the creepiest and scariest things that I have ever heard in my entire life, and here's a snippet of the conversation.
What's great about this is that we have a whole community of people who want to change the world and make it better. A lot of times in these big companies, they just want to sell stuff. I mean, Apple sells stuff. So what am I saying? But at its core, it's about making great products that change the world.
I think that's why young people love Apple, because it means something to them.
Yeah?
They feel like they're getting in on something. Your products have a feeling of personality. They seem to have a soul in a way. And some people almost get religious about this stuff because it's so powerful and it means so much.
Hello TikTok. I just went down a very interesting rabbit hole. And so now I'm gonna take you with me. So I was watching that new show called The Watcher. Here's the cover of it. As you guys know, it just came out on Netflix. Remember I told you recently that there was definitely an agenda going on in today's shows, programs, and everything that we're watching? And when I had posted that, I was talking about the new Dahmer series. And I just find it very interesting that both of those shows were both created by Ryan Murphy. Now, to be fair, Dahmer was co-created by Ryan Murphy. And for those of you who don't know, Ryan Murphy also was the creator of American Horror Stories, and I think it's very interesting, especially because all those shows have all the same recurring actors involved. And also, all of them happen to be talking about like child blood sacrifices, adrenochrome. And if you watch The Watcher, you'll actually see that there's a lot of hidden messages within that show. They talk about World War III, again, child blood sacrifices and rituals. I don't know, I'm sensing a pattern here. But I definitely 100% believe that it's like reoccurring, showing the same things over and over, pushing this stuff out to desensitize us to this type of stuff. I mean, we're seeing it more and more and more. Is that not strange to anyone? I mean, there was even that blood sacrifice stuff in that new Disney movie Hocus Pocus. It's everywhere now. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments. And you know what they say, to be careful what you're watching.
Martin Luther King's son visits James Earl Ray in the stage prison meeting.
Did you kill my father?
No, I didn't. Look at the handshake. Masonic. They all know. Martin Luther King never died on April 4th. I'd say that's why they're all filled with duping delight during their interview after the fake assassination. But how can we explain the body? We saw the funeral. We saw the open. Dude, YouTube slowly taking away freedom of speech, partly because of channels like mine. I will not show much. Let's just say, most of the funeral pictures they show were filled with the people who were at the fake, or those close to him. I would not doubt that they took a set of pictures privately and prior to the funeral. They could have used the real Martin Luther King to lay there, while the photographer takes the pictures. For public viewing, they could have used a wax body enclosed behind the glass. Maybe that explains why they kept switching. This was taken by Joseph Lau before Ray had even left the premises. Lau was there so fast because he was staying 3 doors down. Lau was a photographer and filmmaker working on a documentary about King, and he just happened to be there ready to roll. That photo is probably a paste up. Why? Well, study the people on the ground. They don't seem too concerned, do they? You have a dying man above them bleeding to by a high-caliber rifle, and at least 6 people screaming and pointing, but the people on the ground are just continuing their casual conversations. Look at the group of maids over there having a smoke, totally unaware of the scene around them. So it may interest you to... But how did MLK harm the movement? The greatest damage MLK did was with his fake death. But if you don't understand why it was faked, it may be hard to understand how. But let's try to make sense of all of it. It was faked as a warning to uppity blacks. This is what will happen to you if you push for real change. Some dopey white guy will you when you aren't paying attention. Like most of the other events we have put under a microscope, Tupac, Biggie, Asada, etc., it was staged to create fear. The KKK was invented for the same purpose. Intelligence discovered long ago that a fake event beat a real event every time. In this way, they could create all the fear without any risk to themselves. You can be prosecuted for a fake crime, can you? You can't be prosecuted for a fake beating, or a fake lynching. But the fakes create the same fear and chaos as the real thing. It is all part of Operation Chaos.
Like, what's really going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and make sure y'all go follow Industry Hoax on YouTube. He got a lot of content talking about staged events. I'm gonna put the link in my bio.
Listen to Malcolm X's wife explain the event. Here is where you have to have eyes for lies.
I really can't say exactly what happened. I don't know if I woke my husband up or he woke me up, but I remember him pushing me out of the bedroom door, and I looked to my right, and I saw all of the fire, and I saw smoke, and...
As we stated before with crisis actors, when those that are lying are being interviewed, it may become difficult to speak, as they are trying to remember what they are supposed to do. Or they're reading from a script just off camera.
I heard the glass being broken, you know, on the side windows on the left, and I heard the roaring of the fire.
She's overthinking. If the individual seems to be thinking too hard to fill in the details of the story, it might be because they are deceiving you.
My 3 small daughters saw my husband almost killed across the street, and
how was he almost killed?
Well, he was in his car, and some men were rushing to the side of his car on both sides of it.
Well, he was in his car, and some men were rushing to the side of his car on both sides of it.
Notice her lack of expression. Listen to her tone, her cadence, and sentence structure.
Had you had any threats, anything like this?
Had any threats? That's all I get is threats. I get not less than 6 or 7 threatening phone calls every day.
Where were you and your children at the time? Where was the bedroom in location to the...
Our bedroom is located side by side, and my 7-month-old baby's room is on the other side of the hall.
Do you think this bombing and the threats and the harassments are related to your husband's departure from the Black Muslim organization?
Well, I don't know, but at the rally Monday night at the Audubon, I'm sure he will bring out something.
Well, he has told me in the past that he felt that some of his harassment was coming from his former associates in the Black Muslims.
He has.
What about the controversy about the ownership?
He has.
Smiling faces.
Untrained actor, her family allegedly almost burnt alive, yet she smiles. It looks to have been an abandoned home, which makes sense why the spray-painted X was by the door. The red X symbols are being installed on vacant buildings that have been inspected and deemed unsafe for emergency response personnel to enter. The fire department is systematically inspecting vacant buildings to determine which buildings require a red X. The keyword is vacant.
Now what if I told y'all that the future doesn't actually exist and time is only an illusion? I believe that there's a future because of memories of past experiences. So our brain gets so used to having memories that it makes us think that it's going to happen again. Like if I say right now I'm about to hit my phone 3 times. 1, 2, but I don't hit it the 3rd time, all of you that thought I would is because I told you something in the past. Now your brain thinks it's going to happen again. Like if a bully say he's going to fight you at school tomorrow, you think that it's going to happen because it happened so many times before. But imagine if the bully doesn't come to school tomorrow, but now you're spending that whole day thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. If he said something in the past, your brain applies it for the future. Since the future doesn't exist, that's all we have is thoughts. Thoughts for the future, thoughts for something that can happen tomorrow when things never go as planned anyway. You could be chilling in your bed right now and think you're going to wake up tomorrow and everything going to be the same way. Just for later on tonight, a burglar come in your house and take everything you own. So now all the thoughts you had for the next day was never even real. It was only something that your mind made up. Because you was always in your bed every day, so now your brain applied it to the future. Every single day is a mystery. Live in the present moment. I'll make a part 2 soon, so make sure you follow. I love y'all.
I'm pretty sure all of us as kids has heard something bad about the sun. And standing in the sun too long is bad for you. Look into the sun, it'll blind you. Put sunscreen on to protect yourself from the sun. They got it all wrong. Embrace the sun, embrace the earth's energy, embrace the universe's energy. Let me show you how the sun does benefit you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, so obviously we're not looking to the sun at mid-daylight at 3 p.m. Sun gazing during sunset or sunrise is amazing and it benefits you in so many ways. For instance, if you're sick, and sunlight is essential to your recovery. And if you know, you just stand in the sun, embrace it, embrace all of its positive energy, you'll literally feel the sun healing you, I promise. Along with all the healing properties that come with the sun, you have the spiritual benefits as well. Distant sun gazing also stimulates the pineal gland, then allows you to awake, allow you to have more vivid dreams, lucid dreams, you actually being in control of your dreams. By stimulating the pineal gland, it results in you breaking the threshold of limited thinking. Just being able to see everything for what it is. Can't no propaganda, no news media, anything affect your mindset. A person with a strong mind and strong spirit, you can't break them. Sun gazing is actually an ancient practice. Practiced by the yogis and tribal people as well. They believe that sun gazing benefits your health, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And they couldn't be more right. With summer coming to an end, we're coming up to winter. And a lot of talking about winter actually not being natural to the planet. This topic got me hooked. But I do agree. Let me show y'all why. So boom, you got summertime, the trees blossoming, blooming to their fullest extent, supplying Mother Nature with all the essentials she needs. You have these trees during the winter. They don't look good, malnourished, bare, essentially providing a bare minimum for Mother Nature. With the sun not being as powerful and as present in the winter, people get sick, flowers die, trees die. It's a lot of deaths surrounding winter. To actually take into account how the planet reacts to the winter season, it's not too far-fetched to actually think that winter may not be natural. We all know about the weather machines. It made it snow in Texas that one time. Never rains in Texas, but they did not want Texas to become their own state. I know y'all remember that. So if you think about it, it won't be too far-fetched. Sun gazing is key. Embrace it. Embrace all the earth and the universe's elements. Make them your own and you'll start to feel the difference immediately, I promise. You know what y'all think in the comments.
Damn. What time is it? 5:55? Damn, that's crazy. I gotta get up. Well, what the? Bro, how the fuck is this even possible? Bro, hell no. It's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Bro, I know I'm not tripping. 444 in the water bottle too? Hell no.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on. I keep seeing these repeated numbers like everywhere. I woke up to 555. It's on my toothbrush, on my water bottle. I don't know if I'm tripping. I need answers, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You sound crazy as hell. But Young Boy did just drop some heat, my nigga. You heard it?
Nigga, Young Boy. Did y'all just hear what I said, bro? I'm seeing repeated numbers, bro. I need answers, bro. Quit playing.
Bro, ain't nobody playing with you. You sound crazy as fuck. But Young Boy did just drop, so if you listen to it, you might feel a little bit better.
You know what, bro? Fine. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to some Young Boy. Maybe that might help.
Yeah, I know I'm right. Go ahead and turn that shit on, bro.
Whoa.
And I thought I told you, ancient numbers are not real, my nigga. Like, that shit is non-existent. The only thing that's real is Young Boy, my nigga. Like, you think people just see repeating numbers? Like, that shit is cap, bro.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Whoa. This can't be happening. This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. Ah! It was just a dream. Thank God.